Hey there, folks. I am Charlotte, the Gulf Coast Granny, and tonight I'm going to be crocheting back on track for Monday night crochet night, which is great. I lost my crojo there for a few minutes. I didn't crochet anything for I'm thinking close to 2 weeks, but now I found this little Snuggle Slug, and it is by let me look. Well, if my computer will cooperate with me. The Stitch Sister Co. And you can find their Etsy shop at stitchsisterco.etsy.com. And they also have a tutorial on YouTube. There's 3 sizes of this slug. I made the middle size, and it's a good size little toy. I made this one last night, and I didn't put his mouth on him yet. I need to do that. I'm struggling to figure out if I'm going to put a black mouth on him or a red one. Let me see. Hey Simon, how are you tonight? Thank you for coming in. And then today I made this little dude here, and I put his little smirk on him. I thought that was super cute. Um, the reason I like these is, number one, it's a really simple pattern. And number two, they remind me of the Yip Yips on Sesame Street from when I was a kid. But they had really big mouths, but they had the big bulgy eyes. So anyhow, I love these. And I decided to now look. So the bottom of him is supposed to be furry yarn. It's I used the Red Heart Huga on this one, and then I used a skinny chenille. Actually, it's a 5 weight or 4 weight chenille, but what I did was I doubled it up, and so I used 2 strands at the top to make it equivalent to the bottom. And you can see a little bit of a difference, but I don't think it matters too much where it's kind of bulged out a little bit here on the sides. Doesn't matter to me. This one I used, what's the name of this yarn? Let me see real quick. It's Soho Cloud Cozy. And this is not the color that I used, but that's the yarn. It is sold, I believe, at Hirschners.com. And in fact, I know it is. I don't have the red color here with me, but I was thinking about making one in this color too later. Because I got a lot of grandbabies who would absolutely love this thing. One thing I did do, hey Bonnie, how are you? You did tell me you'd be back. Thank you so much. One thing I'm not happy with is that you can see where you had to change colors on the row right here. And I should have put his eyes on the other side where it was straight. But this was my first one. I wasn't paying attention. And it is what it is, right? I'm not going to worry too much about that either. But this one I just love because that Huga yarn is so, so soft. Hey, Wheels, thanks for coming in tonight. Welcome. But I did do this one right. It's straight across here, and the part where you had to change colors is back here. I ordered 8 balls of Bag O' Day's new yarn. I work hard, I deserve it. And they had $4.99 shipping. It was $15.88 to ship. $4.99 signed me up. That is wonderful, Bonnie. You know what? You're going to have to come back and tell us how it is. I have not ordered any. I'm on a yarn buying ban. It's a self-imposed ban, because I just have too much right now. So I figured that I would use up what I have for the summer, and then maybe think about buying some more. The last yarn I bought, okay, well, that's not entirely true. I did buy some yarn about 3 weeks ago when we started that Highland Cow that we're making over on Jackie's channel. And I bought some white cotton and some brown cotton. But that's okay. I mean, that was just a little bit. It wasn't like I went too overboard on that. So, yeah. But as far as big purchases, no, I'm not doing any of those. Wait till they have shipping low again. Today's the last day, but don't ever pay. Oh, no, I won't. Bonnie, and anybody else who might be listening, I have an app on my phone called Honey, Honey, and you can download that app and search any store that you're shopping at. And if there's a coupon code for free shipping or a percentage off or anything like that, it'll bring it right up and you can use the code. And I use that all the time, especially when I'm shopping with Hirschner's. And I think her yarn is at Mary Maxim, isn't it? Because that store shows up in there too. And I get coupon codes. So I'm always looking for a free shipping code on all of these websites. Yeah, it's a great app. It has saved me a ton of money. Because in the middle of the shopping, you're not thinking about the shipping. And then when you get to your basket and it tells you $29.99 for shipping and you about lose your tongue, it. So I use the Honey app whenever that happens. But this pattern here is super simple, and I'm really glad that I found it. In fact, I was on Etsy last week, 2, 3, 4, probably 2 days out of last week, just browsing Etsy patterns. Oh, and you had a 25% discount on top of that. Girl, you racked up. That was like Christmas time. That was yarn shopping Christmas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now on this particular little snuggie that I'm making, I call it a snuggie. I shouldn't do that. I should call it what it is. Snuggle Slug that I'm making. There are 3 different sizes to this pattern, and I'm doing it wrong already. There's this middle size that I made. Let me go through and read it for y'all. The first size is called the Snug the Pocket Slug. It's about 6 inches long, and it's real quick and easy to make too, of course. The medium one that I made is called Snug the Hug Slug. And then the other one is called the Snuggle Slug. And the Hug Slug, the one I made, is supposed to be about 13 inches long. And it looks like it is. The other one is, let me see, 23 inches long. It's big. I mean, that's 2 feet, y'all. I might have to make that for one of my older grandbabies. Let me get back to my pattern here. Okay. Like the medium size the best, honestly. I haven't made the bigger one, but I probably won't unless I make it for one of my grandbabies. Only you, Charlotte, with the slugs and snakes. Hey, Rosalie, how are you doing tonight? Thank you for coming in and visiting with us. But yeah, this is supposed to be a furry yarn like the other ones that I showed earlier. Here's my little Snuggle Slug, Rosalie. Ain't he adorable? I just love him. I'm going to send this one to my brand new grandson who's only 5 months old. But I use the Huga yarn here on the bottom, and then I use chenille at the top. And with this one, I use that fuzzy Soho Cozy Cloud or Cloud Cozy. But on this one, I've never used this yarn before. It's I think it's blanket yarn. but it's the, oh gosh, the Hobby Lobby version of blanket yarn. And I've never used it, so I wanted to try it out. And I thought it was super colorful and pretty, so I decided that's the one. Excuse me. Okay, where am I here? I guess I should probably read these directions before I just start making stitches. Okay, increase on the second row. And I'm not using any of my favorite hooks tonight because I don't have my favorite hooks big enough to use. This calls for an 8mm for the bottom and a 7mm for the top. Well, this granny's going to use this 8mm all the way around it. Hey, Jane Doe, how are you, my dear? Thank you for coming in tonight. Can you guys hear me okay? I just want to be sure before I get too much further. Um, Bonnie, I was going to tell you it was between the slug and a cat, and I figured I'm going to save the cat for next Monday. That's what I think of next Monday. But y'all, I have got plans for this week. I am going to finish up my Memorial Day diamond painting. It is a flag up on a meadow. It's like in a meadow on a little hill, and it's a tattered old flag, and it felt appropriate to me, so I bought it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Booyah! Now what am I doing? One. I'm going to start using my stitch markers now because I will get lost. I've done it before 120 times. So there's 1, 2, 3. I guess I ought to come over here. 4. Yeah, so today was really interesting. Well, tonight. I was taking a nap. I woke up at about 8:30ish. But before I woke up, Poppy had gone to the Walmart to pick up some things for the kids for breakfast and stuff like that. And come on, you. So when I woke up, he was sitting on the couch and he says, "Well, you missed some excitement today." And my son said, "Yeah, it was crazy, Mom. You know what happened?" He says, "You want to listen to this?" And I said, at first I thought he just wanted me to listen to something on his phone. And I said, "No, I don't want to listen." Hey, Michelle, how are you? Um, so come to find out, it was a story he was going to tell me. Yeah, that's the one, Rosalie. It's Yarn Bee. Um, and the story he was told me was that apparently somebody was coming down our street this way in a Camaro, and another lady was backing up down the street, and they crashed right in front of our house. Thankfully, nobody was hurt, but my kids got a huge kick out of that craziness. And, well, they thought that it was just a dumb situation, but apparently that truck tore up that Camaro pretty bad in the front. Only my house. That could only happen in front of my house. Years ago, when my oldest children were little kids, and I'm talking maybe under 12, okay? So if it was under 12, they were 12, 9, and 7. We moved into this house. Hey, Sonia. And it wasn't the best neighborhood. I was a poor single mom trying to make it, right? And it was in a pretty bad neighborhood. And my playing outside because we had a fenced yard, and I didn't mind if they played outside. And the girls come running inside, scared to death. "Mama, Mama, somebody got stabbed. I said, what? Well, apparently what had happened was there were these two, I don't know if they were homeless guys or just drug dealers, but they were riding down the street on bicycles. And one of them had a soda bottle in his hand. And he broke that soda bottle and stabbed his buddy who was riding with him in the shoulder here with a Coke bottle. Well, let me tell you something. I never saw so much blood in my whole life. It was disgusting. And somebody ended up calling 911 because he basically pulled his bike over a few houses down from me and went into their house to get some help, I reckon. But hey, Noni, how are you? Thank you for coming in. So yeah, that's what happened. You know what? I gotta get this thing over here more. I know y'all can't see what I'm doing. But that was kind of scary too. That was a crazy incident. Those kind of things always happen to me in front of my house. So the car accident today was just icing on the cake. Just another thing. Okay, now 24. Now, what I did was I've made a circle, and I started off with 6, I doubled it, and then I doubled it again. Well, from now on, it's going to be 24 all the way up this little tube until we get to his head. And, one of the things my daughter told me the other day, she said, Mama, maybe it should be a little more pointed down here. Can you do that? Can I do that? Hello. I said, yeah, I could do that. I said, but it wouldn't make much difference, really. So, but she might be right. It might look more like a slug if it was tapered just a little bit, because now this one, it's not exact. It looks more like a roundy bottom. I don't know. I guess I could kind of shape it a little bit, but anyhow, that's what we're doing. So let me count and make sure I got enough stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Well, I don't know what I've done. Y'all get ready. It's on. It's on. We're going back. That's okay. It just aggravates me, that's all. Okay. See what happens when I get carried away and I'm talking and I'm not paying attention? It's my life. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, what I was going to say about these hooks. This hook here is a boy hook. And I have not used them in a very long time. So this has taken some getting used to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what's really nice about this yarn is that every stitch is a different color because the length of the colors is so short. So that's a good thing. Maybe that'll help me keep track of what I'm doing. There we go. 1. So what are y'all working on? Anybody working on anything special? 3, 5, 6. Bonnie, I wanted to ask about your yarn from Bag a Day. Are you going to make that blanket that she the Oh, I forgot what she named it. The Freddie Mercury blanket. The gold one. Is that what you're gonna do with it? Or are you gonna do something else with it? Or did you just buy it because you could? You're working on a diamond painting. That's amazing. Um, what kind is it? What's it look like? I've got 2 diamond paintings going right now, and honestly, I'm gonna have to order one of those backlights to finish the fish one because it's too dark and, well, everything just looks all jumbled together. I cannot read the symbols on it because they're printed very light, and then the background is super dark, and it's really tough to work with. So that's why I decided to open up the flag one and start it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. See what happens when I pay attention? I get it right. You got 4 blue and 4 pink, and I just bought it because I could. Well, there you go. I hope, you know, I love Premier's gradient yarns, and I especially love the eggplant color. That's my favorite one of the whole bunch. But I made my new grandson a blanket, baby blanket, before he was born out of the, is it aqua? I think that's what it's called, aqua. And it was beautiful. I mean, it was gorgeous. I was so happy with it. Um, and I hope, my point is that I hope that her yarn is comparable to that yarn. Um, I know that this thing's probably been in the works for a long time for her, and I bet you she was a little irritated when Premier came out with their gradient yarn when she was working on. I would have been irritated. I know that. I would have. Oh darn it! Here I was trying to do something that I've been telling people should be done for such a long time. Yeah, but Premier's is pretty good. So I want some updates about that yarn. The pink is called Exquisite Clutter, and the blue is called Melancholy Blue. Exquisite Clutter. She talks about how cluttered her room is all the time. That's so funny. I love watching her. I don't buy a lot of yarn online. I'm a Hobby Lobby and Michaels person. That I used to be until I discovered Mary Maxim mystery bags. I buy probably every time I buy those bags, I buy 2 at a time. But they're only $30 a piece, and they come with like 15 or between 15 and 20 balls of yarn. It's a good bit of yarn, and it's a very good value. Let's put it that way. Um, and I buy them about twice a year, but I like to feel it and touch it, and squish it before I buy it too. Um, but I will say I like buying the gradient from Premier. That was their anti-pilling acrylic is really a good acrylic, and I enjoy working with that. Um, I also like to buy yarn from a company called Little Knits, and they have some more of the bougier yarn. They even have Noro yarn at a discount. Now, it's not deeply discounted, but it is a discount. And you can buy yarn by the bag. You can get five balls or 10 balls or skeins or hanks or however they have it wound up. But I really enjoy that store. I've never gotten anything that I didn't like from them. Just don't smell it. People drive me crazy when they do their videos and they're smelling yarn. I've never really smelled my yarn before. That's hilarious, Bonnie. But I do know what you're talking about. I've seen that a billion times. Oh goodness. Um, but now wool does have a smell. Wool has a smell. I guess it's from the lanolin in the wool or something. Um, but I just don't make it a habit to go around sniffing balls of yarn, especially not in the store. Good Lord, can you imagine? People think you were crazy or a little touched, you know, a little special needs. Okay, let's flip this thing around because I don't like working with it like that. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 22, 23, 24. Okay, I'm on track. That's good. I just don't want to get off track because that's annoying. So what did y'all do for a little touched by crazy? Yeah. What y'all do for Memorial Day? Let me tell you what we did. Nothing. We did nothing. Um, I didn't want to go nowhere. I didn't want to do nothing. Poppy made some really good his version of Salisbury steak. He made some hamburger patties and he put them in the skillet and cooked them till they were done. And then he made gravy and stuck them back in. It was an onion gravy. Oh, it was good. And some mashed potatoes and some roasted Brussels sprouts. I enjoyed it very, very much. Better than any barbecue, at least for this day. You know, I didn't want no barbecue today. Um, and let me tell you what I did. Okay, so my garden is starting to get chewed on by army worms and some other critters, and I've got leaf-footed bugs out there already, full grown, not the nymphs, not the little orange bugs that are like this. They don't do a lot of damage. It's them big moms and dads that do the damage, because what they do is they puncture your tomatoes and then they'll suck out the juice, but their saliva is toxic. So what it does to the tomato is it makes real soft spots and it makes it rot from the inside out. And they're the spawn of Satan, them and stink bugs. I could deal with army worms. I know how to get rid of them. Those stinking leaf-footed bugs, they're awful. So I got a tip from a friend of mine on the gardening in a gardening channel. And y'all know her. Y'all probably know Miss Peachnut, Georgia Peachnut Gardening. And she told me to mix up some kaolin clay in some water and I've got it over there on the island. I put it in a pressure sprayer and I went out there and I sprayed everything that was getting bit. Y'all, it took me probably 20, maybe 30 minutes to spray everything. And I love Peachnut too. I love her so much. But I went out there and I did all the spraying, and it took me 3 containers full to spray it all, because my garden's kind of big now. And I turned around to walk to the fence to get out of the garden area. Uh-oh. I think that was 2. See, I'm talking too much again. Thank you, Jane Doe. So anyhow, I went to the fence, put my hand on the thing, and the stinking started raining on me. I'm like, well, I wasted that, didn't I? Yes, I did. I wasted it. So I have it got dark, you know, so now I can't go out there and see if any of the clay is still on the plants. And I guess I'm just gonna have to go out there and do it again tomorrow. But Mona sent me a big bag of kaolin clay, and I'm gonna use that for. I ordered some after the fact, but I have no idea where I'm at, y'all. I'm so not good at this. I am so not good at this. Let's see. It's gonna say 24 no matter. Oh, there it is. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Um. So anyhow, yeah, that happened to me today, and I was a little miffed about it. I mean, we haven't had rain in probably 2.5 weeks. I guess I should have done it 2.5 weeks ago. Well, and you know, it's starting to get so hot here that I'm gonna have to be watering my garden just about every day. So I don't know if the Callan clay is gonna be the fix or not. But at least I could get rid of a bunch of them before it gets that hot. Look, I'm half tempted to just go buy some pesticide. You know, I don't like using pesticides at all in my garden because, you know, that's one of the reasons I grow a garden is to avoid commercial stuff on my food. Okay, let me count. I have no idea if I'm doing this right or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay. Well, let's do this thing then. Oh, thank you, Jane Doe, for dropping Michelle's channel. Appreciate it. Y'all, I don't like Nightbot. And another thing about Nightbot is there are a few features that I like, okay? But I'm so technologically challenged, I can't even imagine how in the world I would tell it what to do because I'm just not good at that kind of stuff. And I've had offers of people to help me with it, but I don't want to take up somebody's time and can't stand Nightbot. Won't use him on my channel. I don't like him a lot either. Like I said, there are a couple of features that I do like, but yeah, I don't like it when Nightbot every time somebody says, "Hey," it wants to welcome them. You know, 'cause once is enough. Nightbot, come on. Um, if he would just show up when you ask him to, that would be cool. And you know, Jackie's got a few things on her channel, like the jokes and the Bible quotes and the little forest creature thing and the weather. I really like those features. I think it works. Because again, you're only summoning my Nightbox when you want him, right? But I think he's a little too nosy, to be honest with you. I don't like that you have to give him access to your channel because you don't know who's back there behind Nightbot pulling strings. You just don't know. So far, I think nobody's had any problems with that, but he is annoying. I agree with you, Bonnie. I do. Um, ugh. You know, I'm working with this yarn, right? I told y'all I had never worked with it before. This is super simple to crochet with. It is not shedding. It's not pulling apart, like it doesn't feel like it's gonna snap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm already 8 rows into this. I don't know how many I've got to do, but it's more than 8. So I'm supposed to do 15 rows or until the body reaches approximately 8 inches. Hey, Lori, how you doing, dear? Yeah, definitely AI, definitely. And that, to me, that's a little scary. I'll be like Will Smith in that movie with the robots, trying to convince everybody that they're out to get us. Of course, I won't be able to fight him like he did, but I can sure holler, tell folks to run. You know what's funny about AI is, and this is just thoughts to ponder. This is not, I don't know anything about it, honestly. But when you think about it and how powerful it is and how smart it is and how fast it learns and how it can do jobs that twice as fast as humans can, all that stuff, right? You have to wonder who's behind it all and why. What's the motivation? Was it businesses? Was it, because I mean, I understand improving production in a business because that's more money, right? Um, it's been crazy rain here, so my head is not. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Look, I'm so glad school's out. We had our last day on Friday. Um, my son doesn't normally have migraines in the summertime. I don't know if that's out of convenience or if it's just ironic or what, but he normally does not have them. And when I told his doctor about it years ago, and I said, I'm starting to wonder if this is normal. And is he just fooling with me? And he said to me, no, he's not fooling with you. He's not trying to get out of going to school. He said, I have dozens and dozens of young headache patients, and all of their headaches, just about all of them, increase when he goes to school, when they go to school. And I thought, wow. Well, one of the things that he said, Lori, is that, during the summertime, they're on vacation. They don't have to think. They don't have a lot of responsibilities. They don't have any stressors. I know my son doesn't. Um, Stress is a trigger, some a problem with my 17-year-old stepdaughter. Yeah, yeah. And he said that they're not under those fluorescent lights all day because schools use those overhead fluorescents. And there were a lot of factors that he mentioned that could trigger a lot of headaches for these young people. We haven't heard anything yet, though, from the MRI. I keep assuming that no news is good news, but I'm emailing the nurse tomorrow. She's very responsive. She'll get back to me by the end of the day and let me know if I need to come in there or if I don't. But I know when I had the first MRI I ever had, they were trying to figure out why I was seeing double. And they figured it out from the MRI why I was seeing double. Um, and they called me the very next day after I had the MRI and said, you need to come see Dr. So and so. And I said, well, I knew I had just had an MRI on my head and not my toe. Okay. So I said, why? He says, well, we saw a mass. Girl, I lost my crap. And I thought, a mass? A mass in my head? What do you mean? Well, my first thought was, oh my God, I've got a brain tumor. I don't have a brain tumor. Poppy calls it a brain tumor, but it's not. I have the veins in my head are malformed, and I have a varicose vein behind my right eye, and it keeps my eyes from tracking properly, and that's what causes me to see double. I had headache problems my whole childhood. They did all that stuff to me all the time. They never figured out what. Sometimes they don't, Bonnie. Sometimes they just don't. Um, I had terrible headaches when I was young. And I mean from the time I was 12 till I was 50, maybe 45. I had terrible headaches. Um, that's why I always tell folks that menopause is the best thing ever happened to me because um, I don't have headaches anymore. And I don't have PMS anymore. And those two things right there determined exactly how I lived my life for how many years? 35, 40 years. Um, hey, Ray of Sunshine, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for coming in tonight. So yeah, I mean, I live in relative peace and quiet, and I like who I am now, and I got a whole lot of I don't give a you know what, but that's okay. Have y'all seen that lady on, I think it's Instagram? She's made this something, gosh, what's it? I don't care what, I don't care about that today or something. And it's for women with menopause who don't care about something. And she's always asking for people to comment and tell her, what don't you care about today? She's pretty hilarious. I'll find it and eventually. And I'll post a thing on my community page if I find it. Like a link or something to her Instagram. I don't know. Are you allowed to do that on YouTube? Maybe she's on YouTube too. She's a funny lady though. I had headaches till about a year and a half ago, and then I got other problems, and those stopped. Well, I know that my problem was hormones. I know it was. Because I don't have to deal with any of that anymore. You know, I don't know if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's not going to be 8 inches. That's about 4.5 right there. This yarn is definitely making the circumference of this slug bigger than the other ones that I've made. And those all were supposed to be 6-weight yarn. Well, that's not true. The Hygge yarn is a 5-weight, but I put a 3-weight with it so I could see my stitches better. And it's smaller. Look at the difference. This thing's going to be huge. Well, bigger than the other two, put it that way. His head is going to be this yellow color. Hey, Camille, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in. I hope you had a good day off today or spend time with some family or whatever you did. I'll be honest with y'all. I wish Memorial Day was not a holiday. I mean, I understand the thought behind Memorial Day, but I get so irritated at people saying, Happy Memorial Day. What the heck is happy about today? What the heck is happy about remembering fallen veterans who they left home and never got to come home. There's nothing happy about that. Nothing. I mean, I guess we can walk around and be grateful to those people who gave the ultimate sacrifice. But my father told me, we were talking the other day. We were talking about, basically, I saved him from the Vietnam draft because he was 17 and I was born a few months later. Okay. Him and my mom had to get married, and here I come. They're just not thinking about it. They're happy because yeah, and I get that, Camille. I do. I think, you know what? I like the name of that better, Dwayne. I really do. My old boss still texts me, and he used to always tell me, "Aren't you going to say anything to me? It's Memorial Day," because he's a veteran. Well, it ain't Veterans Day. Wait a minute, you're not dead. That's right. Veterans Day and Memorial Day are two different days. Veterans Day is when we celebrate our veterans. My husband's a veteran. We go get him a free meal somewhere. But Memorial Day is, to remember fallen soldiers and their sacrifice to our country. And not only that, but their families. Look, I was a Navy spouse for most of my life. Because my first husband was military too, in the Navy. And y'all, that's not an easy job. It takes a certain type of individual to be able to enjoy that lifestyle. I loved it. I truly did. But again, it takes a certain type of individual for that. In fact, Poppy's been retired now for February made 15 years. Oh, you're a Navy wife too. Welcome, Zora. Welcome. He's been retired for 15 years. Well, for me, the day he retired was the happiest day of my life. Not for him. He'd go back in a New York minute. He loved it. And the reason it was the happiest day of my life is because I was tired of being told where to live and all of that. When we retired, we got to go wherever we wanted to go. Here in Branson, they celebrate the military every single day, and on Veterans Day, it goes on for 2 weeks. Oh, wow, no kidding. You know what, Bonnie? That might be a really nice vacation for Poppy. He would probably enjoy that a whole lot. But like I was saying, those families of those veterans who didn't come home were more affected than the actual passing of the veteran himself. When you're dead, you're dead. There ain't no more we can do for you then. But this family, this government don't take care of those families. You just got to figure out how to make it on your own. Just hope that, I mean, and especially the ones, the younger guys. Vietnam wasn't the last war, of course. My son-in-law went to Afghanistan probably close to 15 years ago. And had he not come home, my poor daughter, she would have had an insurance policy. That's about it. I do have relatives who are in the RCAF. Yeah, Canadian Air Force. They're brothers. One is an astronaut. Are you serious? That's awesome. Bonnie, I don't drive because of my double vision. We would probably take Ubers everywhere we went. We probably would. Or do they have public transportation? Because Poppy gets lost too easy. He's not real good with directions. He's good with a lot of things, but directions is not the thing. Hey, Rufus. Holy Moses, where have you been? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. They have a trolley downtown. Is everything pretty much connected to downtown, though? Where is Rufus? Hang on, I got to go back and read what Lori said. My hubby is on the National Guard and he's staying in until he's 60. I would too, Lori. I would. Um, there's a lot of benefits to that, after for retirement and stuff. My hubby's dad passed, so his granddad passed in World War II. And if you think of that era, how hard it was for his mom, so my hubby's grandma, to raise 4 children without him. See, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Exactly. It doesn't go on the strip. The strip is where all the action is. Okay. Well, can you walk up and down the strip like in Vegas? Meant to say so earlier. Yeah. Yeah. My uncles who were in World War II and Korean War made it back. Um, I had uncles who made it back from Vietnam and the Korean War. Mm. Oh, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here I go again. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay. Whew, whew. Oh, okay. You can. All right. Um, yeah, I think I might like to go visit Branson. I had a girlfriend whose mother retired in Branson. One time when you're not busy, Google Branson and you'll see what's on the strip. You can walk down the strip. People walk. Okay, okay, awesome, very awesome. Is there ain't no gambling there, is there? All I know about Branson is that the country music folks love it. That's really all I know. I don't know what's there for entertainment or anything, except for you just said there were shows and stuff. That's really all I know. Oh, good, no gambling. Not that I have anything against gambling. I don't want to take a gambling vacation. And I'll tell you why. Because if I want to go to a casino, there's about 8 of them down the street from me, one within walking distance. So, and I don't never go to that one. So, once in a while, me and Poppy will go in there. Like if we go out to dinner or something and we don't feel like going home yet, we'll stop in and check it out. Ripley's Believe It or Not, Aquarium, the Wax Museum. Okay, okay. I would love the aquarium, I bet you. There's an aquarium over in New Orleans that I really enjoyed. I don't like going to New Orleans, but I really did like the aquarium. And I'll tell you what. Hey, Birdie, what are you doing? Poor kitty. She wants attention. Hey. Charlie Pride, Elvis, and BB King, all from Mississippi. Yes, sir, they are. Were. What do you want? You can't be doing this. I've got a slug to make. Oh, you're going to look at the camera today? That's odd. Okay. Yes, I love you back. Okay, now, can you get down? Get down. Thank you. I've got my bottle of water down here. If she hops back up on this table, she's going to get it. See, I have to have this to keep the cats off of the table. And I squirt them with it. I don't even have to look, I don't even have to squirt them anymore. I just pick it up and go, and they run. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I know, right, Simon? No, I have not seen Elvis's birthplace, and I have not seen Graceland either. But I did see Elvis in concert in 1976. I did. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if I'm in the right spot or not. Excuse me. I never saw Elvis's birthplace, but I seen Elvis in 72. That's awesome. I was only it was in the fall of 76 that I saw him. I was in the 6th grade. No, it wasn't. Might have been the spring of 76, and I was in the 6th grade. Yes, that sounds right. I'm trying to remember that far back, and I'm getting confused. But anyhow, my parents took me to see him, which was really nice. But they knew I loved me some Elvis. I'll never forget when I was, I don't know, maybe 6, about 6. My parents were divorced by that point, but my dad still came over on Christmas morning, and we played Santa Claus for us. And I got a little record player for Christmas, and Burnin' Love, the album from Elvis's Burnin' Love album. And I sat there in front of that little record player with my hands on laying on the floor, my knees kicked up, listening to Elvis for hours and hours and hours. Hey, Steve-O, how's it going? I have Elvis live in Las Vegas. Oh, that's a good DVD right there. That's one of the best ones. I love that one. Dari, how you doing? Oh, my allergies are so bad today, y'all. My eyes are watering right now as we speak, as I speak. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice tonight, but it's GT. What's up? What's up, mister? You know what, GT? Have you ever grown tromboncino squash? I was hoping Jackie would come in tonight because I know she's grown it before. The reason I'm asking is because I'm growing 2 vines, and they've almost covered my fence already. But now I've got a little, it's a big squash. It's huge. It's huge, and it's still growing. And It's kind of a pale, super pale green color. And I don't know when to harvest it. After an unsuccessful harvest, why did the farmer decide to try a career in music? Because he had a ton of sick beats. I gotta tell you, like Elvis, and I can listen to him, but I'm not a crazy fan. Yeah, yeah. Well, I want to grow it indoors. Okay, okay. You probably could, but it'll take over everything, GT. I'm serious. These two plants are covering, well, what's 24 minus 4? 20 feet of fence already. They're in the center of the garden. And I trained them to go through the fence from the bed that they're in over to the fence, right? It's only about a foot. So I trained them to go that way. Once I did, they went berserk in both directions. They went crazy. And the flowers on them are like this. They're enormous. Not good. My back went out and I fell, hit my. Oh no, Dari, I'm so sorry. Oh, honey, that's terrible. Oh, did you go to the doctor, Dara? I mean, they ain't a lot they can do for a broke nose, but gee, Monetti, they could give you some pain medicine or something. I think. Why are Saturday and Sunday the strangest days? Because the rest are all weekdays. You did a video? No, I haven't yet. I haven't done a gardening video this season. Well, one. The only gardening video I did was uh, basically showing that we were doing a garden makeover. But now the whole thing's planted, and I've been wanting to get out there and do it. I've just been super, super busy doing other stuff. And the kids got out of school. It's been a whole thing. But I'm thinking about going and doing a video on it tomorrow as long as it's not raining. Um, and I'd really like to do it if it's not cloudy outside too, because the garden's so much prettier when the sun's shining and the birds are singing. My friend was showing me his tool shed and pointed to a ladder. That's my step ladder, he said. I never knew my real ladder. I never knew my real ladder. God bless him. Dory, was that today that you fell or was it earlier in the week? Okay, you think that. No, that's only about 7 inches, maybe 6. No, it's longer than 6. Hang on a minute. Let me get my tape measure. Okay, family. What have y'all done with my stuff? Okay, let's see. Oh, well, I reckon it is 8 inches. Look at that. 8.5. All right, let's change to the yellow yarn. Yeah, really. I also hurt my knee and bruised the top of my back. My dog never left my side. Oh, bless it. Oh, that's a good dog. That is a good dog. Okay, now I'm going to change yarns. Now, look, I'm supposed to change hook sizes. but I don't have a 7 millimeter. The lowest size I have after that is a 6.5. That's it right there, 6.5. And I'm just going to use the same size. Oh, wait. No, I'm not either. Wait a minute. Let's see. That'll be all right. I don't think it will be all right. Let's use a K, because that's my 6.5. That's what I got. Oh, that does feel better too. This is my only, well, I got 2 of these. This is my only set of furls hooks. My daughter bought me this one and the I. I don't know why she bought a K and an I. I do like to, I like the 5.5 millimeter. That's my favorite size to work with. But this is, furls hooks are really heavy and they're not my favorites. The Odyssey in particular is really heavy. But it is weighted really well. I mean, it's balanced. How did woman move? A couple blocks from me, died, went undiscovered for almost a full week. Her dog didn't even nibble. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me, Steve? That's insane. And it's sad too that she had to go that long. Hey Liz, what's up? I'm making a snuggle slug. If I can find my scissors, I'm gonna cut this yarn too. Where did my scissors go? See, there he is. Isn't he adorable? No, I'm not. I tried to remove it because a lot of people are sensitive to things like that. Oh, no, I'm not sensitive to that kind of stuff. I used to work in a nursing home. I've seen dead people. Don't bother me. I mean, I feel bad for the families and all, but uh, none of us make it out of here alive, you know? What is sad is when somebody dies alone and, the sad part is that not being found and that stuff, That's the sad part. You're headed back. Well, honey, you get some rest, darling. Truly. And I really wish you a speedy recovery. I hope like crazy that you don't have any complications and you get better, okay? Oh, thank you, Liz. Thank you for reminding folks to hit that thumbs up button. Thank you so much. Um, let's see. Yeah. Good night, dear. Oh, I hate it for her. I know she's got to be in pain. Look, I haven't broken a bone since I was 16 years old. But I still tell folks I'd rather have a child go through labor than break my leg again, because that was agony, absolute agony. I guess I don't really. 4. So when I get to this row here where you change colors, this is his head that I'm working on now. And it's not very many stitches or not very many rows until we start working on his eyes. I'm going to look real quick. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's right. I did it wrong last time and I'm going to do it wrong this time too. Okay, what it says to do is to start increasing on this row. But I don't like the way that looks. So I'm going to start increasing on the next row. So he's going to be just a little bit bigger, one row bigger than the pattern says to do. What are you doing, dear?
Can we go to bed?
Good night.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Love you.
Love you back. He could have got me some tea before he left. Hey, Linda, how are you doing tonight? Thank you so much for coming in and joining us. Which one do you want to see? The finished one or the one I'm working on? Oh, sorry. Sorry. I'm over here. This is the body part so far. And now I'm working on the head. Now, this is my second slug that I made. And I know the lighting is not great. And I'm sorry for that. Let's see. Light him up a little bit better. And then this is the first one I made. And now it calls for a fuzzy yarn here. I used, like I said, I used Huga on this, added to a 3-weight so I could see my stitches. But see how it looks like shag carpet almost? This one is not quite as fuzzy. It's just a different texture, but it is textured yarn. She recommends, let me see, I'm going to go up here on the directions and tell you, because it has recommendations in here. Any Sherpa, go for fleece. There's another one. I don't know if I can find it. Shoot. Any Sherpa or fur yarn, and both 6-weight yarns. And she recommends a 6-weight chenille for the head, which is what this yellow is. This yellow, I don't know what brand it is or anything. I got it in a mystery pack of chenille yarn that I ordered from Premier probably 2 years ago. 1, 2. I'm really happy that I learned how to make these amigurumis now, because I can actually use up that chenille yarn that I bought all those years ago. So there's that. Okay. There we go. Let me get back on my. Thank you, Linda. Thank you so much. I don't know who I'm going to be. 1, 2, 3. Come on, Charlotte. Let's start over here. This. Well, that ain't even the right stitch. Okay. 1. I thought they were adorable the first time I saw them. I saw this pattern months ago, and I didn't know how to do amigurumi months ago. So I came across it again Friday, so I went ahead and bought that sucker. I also made, oh, you know what? Shoot. I finished that little Highland cow that I was making. You know, the one that was not like y'all's, Liz. But I gave it away already. My daughter's boyfriend was over the other day and liked it, so I gave it to him. And he put it in his car. So there's that. I do have a picture of him, but I can't. It's on my phone, and I'm using my phone as my camera here. So that could be an issue. The name amigurumi cracks me up. In other words, old-fashioned single chain stitch. Yeah. Yes. Well, and I have not gotten used to the way they do the stitch yet either. Um, I've been crocheting my whole life. And a single crochet to me is yarn over, yarn over. You know, you just yarn over. And a lot of these amigurumi folks, they yarn under. Well, I can't get used to that. I'm an old dog. I don't need to learn a whole lot of new tricks, you know. Okay, now I'm aggravated because, wait a minute. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. What? Okay, let's go back. Now I'm irritated. I just counted 24. Let's see. Have I lost count again? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay. Oh. Now I have to increase. Okay, 1. I was decreasing that whole round instead of I should have been increasing, but I was decreasing. That's why it messed up. When I wanted to learn to crochet amigurumi, I was expecting some revolutionary new stitch. I know I was too. Anxiety yourself for nothing. Yes, ma'am. I understand completely. I avoided learning it for the longest time because I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. That's funny because I was the same way. Okay, so I got to have 30 stitches by the time I'm done with this row, and I should. But y'all, this is a really fun pattern. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3. Really? Yes. Look. You hear that? It's nothing. Oh no, what happened? Oh no. Come on. Am I back? Jesus. Ah, what the devil just happened? Okay, well, there we go. Can you see me now? I glitched, didn't I? Okay, okay. Thank you, Steve. If I cussed, I'm sorry. Okay. My voice was still on because I'm using my phone for my speaker, because if I try to use my computer, it'll echo, and I haven't figured out what's the cause of that yet. Thank you for hanging out with us and bearing with me through my freeze up. It has to be this weather we're having. 1, 2, 3. It just has to be. Well, that not y'all, I cannot wait until I get my own space to have like a little YouTube studio in the house. That way I can hardwire everything. Because right now I'm having to go off of Wi-Fi. I know, I get that, Linda. Oh gosh. See, I'm talking about the same thing, because when my daughter moves out to go to college, I get her room, and it can't come soon enough. But I know I'm going to miss her, when she leaves and everything. But I think it's about time for me to have my own space. And I love the quiet too. I love it so much. Okay, now I'm at 30, and I got to do that for 2 rows. Now the eyes look difficult to do, but they're not at all. All you have to know how to do is count. So I think we all have that under control. Well, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I could do? I could show y'all this instead of y'all having to look at my mug. Um, I'm a little nervous as to how much smaller this head part is going to be because of using this different size, but we'll see. And I have to start stuffing him after I get finished with these. Excuse me. Y'all, I might be coming down with something. It might not be my allergies. When I got up this morning, my throat was sore and dry, and I was congested. I need to get me some of that fire cider from Robin. We know you're drawing blueprint. You know I am. It's gonna be. I don't know how great it's gonna be or how pretty it's gonna be, but it's gonna have what I need: peace and quiet, and storage for all my stuff. That's really what I'm after. I'm thinking about putting some of that foam stuff on the walls, the acoustic panels, so that they can't hear me talking when I'm in there, and hopefully I don't hear them when I'm in there. I think that would be nice. And I want tons and tons of storage. And I need a nice desk, and I do think I want a recliner in there. I don't need a bed or anything like that. I don't let people come spend the night with me. Yuck. Strange folks in my house. I'll pay for them to get a hotel room. Wait a minute. What we got here? 1, 2. Oh shoot, that is the second row. Look at there. Oh, never mind. I got to decrease before I stuff his head. Okay, let's decrease back down to 20. I don't know what that row was for, but they thought it was necessary. So 1, 2, 3. All right, let's make it 24 stitches again. And honestly, I don't need it to be pretty. I would like for it to be pretty, but I don't need for it to be pretty. The yarn room, I mean. It's going to be my sanctuary, though. I don't know. It looks like she's going to be here for another year instead of, because she was going to be moving out in January. And since she decided to change her major, 3. Since she decided to change her major, it might take her another whole year to transfer to the university. But, I mean, I guess that's not. It's a little blip in the road, you know what I mean? And, you know, some of this is my choice too, because if I were to go live during the day, nobody would be up and about. I mean, Poppy would be at work. Violet would be at work. 1, 2, 3. And my teenage son, he don't wake up till 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then when he does wake up, he comes out here to eat, and then he goes back in his room and, you know. Oh, thank you, Linda. Honestly, I'm not great at it. I've got my stitch marker there, and it tells me when to stop. But I've had to start over 3 or 4 times. Ask anybody who's been in here. They watched me do it. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't even really, I'm not counting too much on this, just the 1, 2, 3. And then I'm doing 2 stitches of decrease after that. So now I'm going to count. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 1, 22, 23, 24. Good job. Good job, Charlotte. You did it. You did it. Okay, what's next? She started over once, maybe twice. She's not doing bad. Thank you, Bonnie. I think I started over twice, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay, 24. And then I got to do one more row of 24, and then we can stuff him before we do his head or his eyeballs. 1. I don't like the way that looks. 1. If I didn't have the stitch markers, though, it would be a disaster. I promise you. Because I cannot talk and crochet at the same time without those stitch markers. And I'm just learning how to do it, though. As far you should have seen me trying to crochet that Highland cow on the internet with them ladies. We go to Handcrafted with Jackie's channel on Friday evenings at 9 o'clock Central Time. And we've all been making a Highland cow. Renee at Renee Unraveled, Kelly at I Bring It Every Day, and me. And Liz is actually joining us, but she hasn't been on the internet. I mean, she hasn't been on the panel with us. But she's making cows too. So anyhow, we've been doing that for gosh, 3 or 4 weekends in a row. And last week I decided I'm not making that stupid cow because it was driving me crazy. It was a difficult pattern to read. I think the lady made it a simple pattern. Let me take that back. Let me rephrase it. I think the pattern is easy, but the way the lady wrote it, it's too many words to say one thing. So I was making it more complicated than it had to be. So, hey, Tina, what's up, my friend? How are you doing tonight? Look, I want to give y'all a little pointer on stuffing for these things. And I know a lot of people use old yarn scraps and stuff, but I don't have enough old yarn scraps to do that. So I buy a pillow. A cheap pillow from Walmart. And there's more stuffing in here than any bag you're going to get at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or any of those craft stores. And it's the same stuff. Look. That pillow was $4, y'all. $4. So get your stuffing from a Walmart pillow. Especially if you're making a bunch of these, you know. You do it too? That's awesome. See, great minds think alike. Or is it cheap minds think alike? Y'all, I save a buck wherever I can. I am a budgeter. I'm very frugal. I play this game with myself all the time at the grocery store. It's getting a little more difficult lately to play. But what I used to do back in the day, and I'm talking a long time ago now, I'm talking like 30 years ago, I was really poor. And I was trying to take care of my 5 kids and buy groceries to feed us all, you know. So what I would do is I would buy groceries and try to average cost $1 per item. Now I know, you know, my hamburger was going to be 99 cents a pound. That package was going to be $5, right? But when it was all said and done, I wanted everything to average out to be either $1 or less per item. Well, now it's gotten to where I'm paying $3 per item, sometimes more. And of course, I'm not near as frugal now as I had to be back then. Because back then, every penny counted. And today it doesn't. And I'm thankful for that. But I still don't like to spend money that doesn't need to be spent. You know, I know a lot of folks will just spend it because they got it. I don't do that. I like to see my savings account grow and grow and grow and grow. One thing I do have to do this year is buy a new refrigerator. And I want a new one. I don't want somebody's leftover problems. Let me see. That's as full as I'm going to stuff it for right now. I'm going to get these eyes put on, and then I'll stuff him some more. Where's my hook? Oh, I need a thingamajig too. If we want to be crafty, we got to be 3 exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now believe it or not, I'm just marking off where I need to put everything. I can finish this off. Okay. And I got to leave a long tail so I can sew the middle piece together. And you'll see what I mean when we get there. Where is my... There it is. Okay. Y'all, I was terrified that I had misplaced my tapestry needle. That would have been a disaster, truly. There's one of the eyeballs. Where's the other eyeball? Okay, there's the other one. Okay, that's not it. I'm just making sure that I have all the things I need. Okay, that is done. Now, how many stitches over do I start? 5th stitch. Now skip 16. So that's number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and we're going to start in number 17. So this is going to be an eyeball. I'm not going to count that as a stitch. So there's 1. Only have to make 8 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 brings me to the end of my last row. And then what I'm going to do is go back to that first of the 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rows. I need one more round of 8. Okay, 1. Here, I'm sorry. I should have done this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to increase to 16 per round. 1, 2. Yeah, I know this is difficult to see. I'm having to wrestle with it to get. Wait a minute. Nope. 1, 2. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Oh, sorry about that. I popped the camera in the head. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, 2 more rounds of that. 1, 4, 6, 8, I have to get quiet to do this because I can't see if I'm not quiet. Isn't that ridiculous? Charlotte, I'm calling. Today did. I got to go to bed. I got 2 houses to do tomorrow. Have a great good night. Have a good night. I'll come back and watch the rest. That's fine, Bonnie. You take care and you have a wonderful day tomorrow. Don't work yourself too hard now. Thank you so much for coming in tonight and hanging out with us. I appreciate you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, come here, you. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay. Now, see, we've got, so basically what's happening here is I've got the middle, I'm at the middle of the bulgy eye, okay? And now I have to, where's his eyes? Okay. Well, maybe it's not in the middle. I'll show you what's going to happen next. Yep. Really? 12? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. All right then. I'll do what you say to do. I thought there was another round in between this step. What we're gonna do now is decrease 8 times. So we're basically cutting the stitches in half. You know, the amount of stitches. So that's 1, 2, where are you? 2, 2, okay, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do not like this invisible decrease. It seems like it's more trouble than it's worth. 7 and 8. All right. Now we're going to try to work on the second eye, but before we do that, we're just going to, excuse me, fasten it off and leave a long tail. And that's it. Okay, there's a long tail. Now that chenille is a little bit sheddy. That's okay. I mean, once it's worked up, it won't be sheddy at all. I'm going to stick this piece in here because I don't need that particular piece. Now we're going to go back to where I put my stitch marker because that's the center. Basically, it marked where you needed to put your other eye. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing we did over there over here. This is almost finished, y'all. Can you believe that? And I've only been live for an hour and 48 minutes so far. Oh, Tina, thank you so much for coming in. You take care. I hope I didn't miss her because I was too busy counting. Okay. Yeah, if I can keep my head straight, we'll be done here shortly. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a little bit fiddly, y'all. It does. It gets fiddly. Here on, especially on the second eye. There we go. 1, 2, 6, 8. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, okay, I did that. Second eye. 2 rounds. Okay. I'm having to double check myself here a little bit. And I know y'all can't see a thing because this darn. There. Maybe I can. Okay. I don't like the way that looks. Okay, let's do it over. So where are we? Six. 8. All right, now we're going to increase. Twelve, 13, 14, 16. Huh. Hmm. 2 more 16s and then decrease. Okay. So I only have 3 more rows of this left, which is freaking amazing. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll put him together. 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. Thank you, Jane Doe. I appreciate that. You do the invisible decrease a different way, and it finally made it easy. Lori, you're going to have to show me how to do that. Oh, Lord, what number was I on? I don't even remember now. It's all right. Okay. One. I just would prefer to do the plain old-fashioned decrease, you know? I don't like that invisible thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 14, 15. And for those of you who might be interested in purchasing the pattern, Jane has put a link to the Snuggle Slug crochet pattern on Etsy that I'm doing right now. There's 3 sizes. I do want y'all to know that there's 3 different sizes. I'm doing the medium size. And when I'm finished with this, I'm going to line them all up and show y'all different yarns that I've used have caused it to be different sizes, all medium. So there's that. One, 2. So that's 1. 3. Mm. 4. I should have put this yarn on my yarn holder tonight. That would have made it easier to. I'll have to do that next time. Was that number 4 or number 5? Heck if I know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hmm. Eyes are almost done. So now what we need to do is figure out where we're going to put his eyes. And it says to put them I forget now. I've made 2 of them. I still forget. Wait a minute. Okay, that's. Oh, you know what I was thinking about doing with this one? Um, I'm looking in my cabinet, y'all, where my craft supplies are. And I don't know if these are too big or not, but I'm going to check and see. I've got some eyelashes. And I thought I might. I think these are too big, y'all. Oh, they are. They're too big. Darn, darn, darn. See, I thought that was going to be cute. But we're going to have to leave the eyelashes off. I need to order some different sizes of eyelashes. This is, I think, for the 18 and up millimeters, and these are definitely not 18 millimeters. So that's all right. Let's smash them down a little bit. It says to put them through the center front stitch in round 10. So round 10 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is too high. But I can put them. I always have a hard time placing eyes. I either get them too far apart or too close together. But it's okay. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Wait, I thought I. Doesn't matter. Well, that looks good enough, I think. And now I've got. Oh, okay, Lori. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's only 5 minutes. Okay, okay. Awesome. Okay. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. Here's 1. And 2. Oh, please be. I think I put it too high up. Fiddlesticks. No, it looks right. Okay. Okay. Now, let's stuff the. We have to stuff his eyeballs. Now, the last time I did this, I closed them up and then I had to stuff it from underneath. So this time I'm going to do it the right way. I have to record, then get to bed now. Great work on this. So thank you so much, Lori. I appreciate you. You have a great evening, dear. Okay. Well, I like stuffing it from the bottom better. I don't like the way that feels. We're going to do that. We're going to stuff it from the bottom instead of the top. So I'm going to close up the top. Let's see. 1, 2. Okay. One. I'm not going to cut those yet because I want to wait till I get them stuffed to cut them. But, well, this is going to, they look different for some reason. Okay. Hmm. I feel like I should have some music on because I know everybody's getting tired and y'all got to go to work and I'm taking too long. But I'll be done shortly, I promise. Okay, let me stuff a little bit of, no, I'm not going to stuff any more of his head. Look, it looks like his eyeballs are, never mind, I'm not going to worry about it right now. I think they'll be just fine. Now I'm going to sew up the middle right here and see that hole? I'm going to sew that up and then get rid of all these tails and it's done, other than putting his mouth on him. So you know, be kind of cool if we could use that, these little strings, make them like little fringes coming off of his eyeballs. There should only be, I'm sorry guys, I hit the camera again. There should only be 4 stitches between here, but I like to kind of double them up. And that's why I'm doing more than that. Just because I don't, I don't want him to come apart. And now I'm going to make a little bit of a knot. And get rid of that tail. I always like to go that way and then go back the other way. You really can't see it on these bigger yarns when you do that. This is a very forgiving yarn. And now I'm going to take it all the way down here, pull it through, and cut it. Now I'm going to pick his eye back up because it almost fell off of him, didn't it? I don't know. There. I guess I did get one of his eyeballs off kilter. Oh well, don't matter. Not right now, anyways. I might fix him. I might not. Instead of a slug, he can be a alien with crazy eyes. You know. I wish that I could get better at putting the eyes on, though. I really do. I always struggle with that. Of course, it might have something to do with the fact that I have double vision. There's that. And now one more. And just so y'all know, this is definitely an alien slug. He's not from our planet. And he's here to do harm to all the the vegetables in my garden. Because that's what they do. Okay, let's go down here. I'm just going to do this. All right. Now, where's my black yarn? Let's see. And we're going to put on his crooked little smudgy monetti. That is the second time that's happened today. I didn't get all of the threads through the center of that eye. And it tried to unravel on me. Well, it did. It didn't try nothing. It absolutely did. So I'm going to come in over here. It says one down and two over. Get back in the same spot. Oh, he looks kind of angry. Okay, should I leave him angry looking? If I had a crooked eye, I'd be mad too. I'm not going to leave him angry looking. Let's do it this way. Okay. There's that. I want him to have a little smirk, not a frowny face. 1, 2. Oh, that's much better. I don't know why being on that side makes it better, but it does. So I'm going to tie this. And then I'm going to get rid of this tail. Like, go in the very same place and pull it through. Cut it off. And then I'm going to look at there. That turned out just like I wanted it to, except for that wobbly eye there. I don't know. Do you think I ought to leave him with a crooked eye, or should I try to fix it? I think I'm going to leave him that way. See, he can look at you that way, or he can look at you that way. See, he can look at you with that eye, or he can look at you with that eye. So there's the slug, y'all. I'm not as proud of him as I am the others, but he's a little special needs slug, just like his maker. And I wanted to show y'all. I'm trying to get them all even. You know what? I'm going to lay them down and make it big. Okay. Take that out, and then, oh gosh, let's see. There. Can you see the difference in sizes? So this one ended up a little bit shorter, but fatter. This one is the tallest, but he's skinniest. This one is just about as tall as this one, just not very much difference at all. But this one's the medium. This is the medium weight. See? Let me put these two together so you can see that. But that's my little slug collection. Thank you so much, Jane. Shh. I'm so sorry. Anyhow, I will be back tomorrow or Wednesday with the diamond painting, and then Thursday or Friday afternoon I'm thinking about doing this paint by number. So that's what's in the future for Gulf Coast Granny's channel. Thank you so much for staying and hanging out, and I'll talk to y'all again real soon. All right.